Hello, this is Dr. Sonja at Dr. Sonja TV, The Wisdom Vault. Just recently, I was in a situation where I had to make a decision. And I believe it was one of the hardest decisions next to going through a divorce after being married 18 years. And it was one that I never thought I would ever have to face. So let me do a little backstory. I made a decision some years ago that I was no longer going to hide out there on social media, and because I wanted to help more people. You know, like you made a decision that you want to serve some people to their next level, and you quickly realize in order for me to do that and reach the masses, I'm going to have more exposure. I'm going to have to let go of my privacy. Because once you hit social media, it's wide open for the comments and for people to say things and for them to be very judgmental and for them to not like what you have to say. I'm okay with that. Well, kinda. I'm still growing into that after 10 years. But the decision that I had to make was whether I was going to say yes to an opportunity that I had been working so hard for, or say no because someone had lied to me. And they really ruined the opportunity for me to trust them again. And it wasn't just a little white lie. It was a lie in the fact of it was written down, it was recorded, and all of that. And it was still there ringing in the ears of people who could hear. And so it came this day where I had to make this decision. So it was a phone call, better yet, okay, it was a message. And the message said, hey, got a great opportunity. Today's show said they want you, and these are the dates. I'm like, yes. But they said, you're going to have to pay. What? You're going to have to pay. Now, the folks in the room right now looking at me, shaking their head like, what? This story's getting so good. You're going to have to pay. But wait, but that's what I paid my agency for, is to bring these type of opportunities that I've worked hard. I had to go and get on different platforms in different industries, news and publications and all that. I've been working toward this very moment for the last 7 years. And now the opportunity comes. I could have easily just said, what? Yeah, okay, got it. How much is it? Here you go. But I said, wait a minute. I don't know. Maybe it's a military in me. Be fair. At least, especially if all cards are on the table and you know what hand you have and what hand they have, because everybody's flipped over the cards, and then you still try to do something. And so my question was to them like, hey, what's this fee? Because I've paid over $60,000 to this particular company in the past just for these opportunities. And then they gave me a number, and I was like, well, that's not fair because I'm no longer with the company. But when we ended it, it was already in the making. And so I sat there in a moment between me and God. And I said, Lord, there's a part of me that like, man, this is my moment. I can do this. Let me just go. Now, I know you're thinking, what does this have to do with me, Dr. Sonja? I want you to know what it has to, not necessarily it has to do with you directly, but this is an opportunity. Where's that opportunity you've been waiting on for a very long time? And it comes, and you're like, whoa, wait. If I have to sell my soul to the devil, I don't want it. Or are you going to say, you know what? Maybe I'll get another soul. I don't know about you, but for me, I just start to ask questions very politely, not disrespectful. It was just more of like, hey, where's this fee coming from? I paid this. I know we're no longer in a contract, but this was something already in the making. And then they sent a message that was very not so nice. It's like, it's not open for discussion, and, words go back and forth. And I said, you know what? No, thank you. And I'm getting emotional thinking about it because I've worked hard my entire life to get to moments like this where someone else holds all the cards to my life and what it is that I want to do. And I thought to myself, and I don't know about you, and those moments happen, instead of me getting all teary-eyed and rolling me, and they're not treating me fair. I said, if it came one time, guess what? I'll just have to wait for the next time. But what I will not do is for someone to mistreat me and the work that I've done in my business. And so guess what I did? I sent a nice letter back, per se, and I said, no, thank you. Go ahead and let them know that we're no longer working together, right? and I moved on. I'm sharing that with you because back in the day, there's a part of me at a younger age would have said, hey, that's my goal. That's what I want to do. I want to be on this show. I want to be sitting there and tell the world I made it. But for a moment, I started thinking when I get there and I feel this, I'm not going to feel right because how and what I had to do to get there. And I was no longer interested. It left a very bad taste in my mouth. And I started thinking, okay, so Lord, if whether this is you or me, I am making a decision at this very moment that I am no longer going to go forward with this opportunity that I waited the last 7 years to do. Now, do I know what the future holds? No. But I know there was something I was supposed to learn from this. And so I would ask you, what are the lessons that you're supposed to learn from the things that you've been waiting on, preparing for, and they show up, but they just don't feel right anymore? What do you do about it? But more importantly, what lesson do you learn from it? So can I share with you the 3 lessons that I learned from this very opportunity? Number 1, never, ever, ever again sit on the wayside or on the sideline and not say anything about how you feel. Rule number 1, do not just go like, I'm not going to say anything because this opportunity and I don't want to ruffle any feathers. Respectfully, you have a right to ask some questions. You have a right to negotiate and debate respectfully on a particular thing. So don't just sit back and not say anything. Rule number 2, or the lesson number 2 that I learned during this time frame, if it happened once, it'll happen again. I waited 7 years. What's another 7 or 10? One thing that I know, it will happen one day, and it may be a bigger platform than the one that was presented to me. And number 3, my mother taught me a thing. She said, if someone lies to you, like blatant lie, look, sometimes you just don't know, right? You like forgot or you did something, but if someone says something to you and you go back and say, hey, if my husband said, babe, you said we were going to do this, this, and this. Like, no, I did. He's like, hey, babe, not to, start anymore, but here's a screenshot. Oh, you right. You got me. Okay, let's do it. Right? My kids have done it, but Mom, you said screenshot. Okay, you got me. I forgot I said it. When it's that way, because if someone will lie to you, they'll steal from you. And they may do some other things to harm you. Those are the 3 lessons that I learned going through this process of wanting something so bad and of investing in myself over the years. And when it came from a place of a person or people or a corporation that didn't have my best interests at heart. So that's my time. I hope this wisdom helps you, not just me, but I love being transparent and sharing my life as I'm on this journey to greatness. I'll see you at the next Wisdom Ball.